The thing kind of stopped while I was making the video, so sorry about that. But now we can continue. Like Beerus was shocked and said, "So are they strong?" And says, "Are they Super Saiyan gods?" As Goku, as Whis says, "Yes, my lord." And he says, "Well, Whis, take me to them." As Whis says, "Well, they're not here, my lord. They're on a planet with another Saiyan." As we says, that saying, I'm not gonna talk about him because you do not want to know. And Peter says something you're not telling me. With as we says, you'll find out on your own, my lord. And they go to Goku, and they go to like the Saiyan planet. You can say that planet would be like Planet Protocol. You can call it that. As Beerus says, I've never seen this planet. As we says, well, the other saying I was telling you about, that I was saying you will find out on your own. You kind of created the planet. As Beerus was like, what? He has God of Creation key. As we says, And they get into the planet. As they see Vegeta and Broly. They see Vegeta and Broly sparring, and he's like, well, Saiyans, since I don't have like a base Vegeta or something like that, I'm gonna put this one. You see Vegeta and Broly here, yeah, and Broly here, and Broly sparring says, well, Saiyans, as they say, Lord Beerus, as they say, what are you doing here? He says, I'm looking for a Super Saiyan God. Do you know a Super Saiyan God? And Vegeta says, we are the Super Saiyan God. As Vegeta says, would you like to spar, my lord? And Vegeta and Peter saying, okay, sure. As he's like, Goku's actually watching and said, as we says, these are the Saiyan that I trained, my lord. That one is Goku, but his Saiyan name is Kakarot. As he's like, alright, Whis. And he's like, and Goku's like, Vegeta, do him good. As Vegeta says, with pleasure. And he actually powers up to his Super Saiyan, transforms into his Super Saiyan Blue. And he goes about to 50, about 90%. Almost at Beerus' power, but he's not trying to make sure Beerus knows that he's actually stronger than him now. Because Beerus is kind of impressed that Vegeta is trained and he knows that he's not using his full power. And Beerus says, well, Saiyan, come at me. As Beerus being confident in his power, as Vegeta goes so fast and punches him in the face. And Beerus saying, well, Saiyan, you are pretty good. As he says, you're making me powered up to about 95%, about 90% at the start. As Vegeta says, this is not my full power, Lord Beerus. As Beerus says, I suggest you power to it right now. As Beerus says, because I'm powering to mine. As Beerus powers up to his full power, and Vegeta says with pleasure. And Vegeta first powers up to 95, being equal to Beerus. As they start attacking, and Beerus saying, well, Saiyan, it seems we're equal in power. As he's like, no, I'm using 95%, Lord Beerus. He's saying, what? As Vegeta says, let me show you my full power. As he powers up to his Super Saiyan Blue full power and pummeling Beerus like up and down, left and right, like Beerus is like going almost like going to die. As Vegeta punches him with his full power, and Beerus actually passes out. And after Whis heals him and he wakes up, as Beerus says, what? Whis, did you train the Saiyans to be stronger than me? And Beerus says, no, my lord, he trained them. When I trained them, they weren't even close to your power. My lord. Yes, it's saying, well, yes, you said that Saiyan trained them. As he says, well, is he stronger than me? As he says, yes, actually stronger than the Omni King himself. He's like, what? Omni King? Impossible. As we says, yes, my lord, he actually is. As this is like, all right, Whis. It says, cut with the jokes. As Goku just goes so fast next to Beerus and says, you think he's joking? As Beerus now gets scared, and Goku just taps him, and he goes like, taps him straight, like lightly as he can, and Beerus goes flying, and they're like, huh? And I say like, how did it? They didn't even know Goku could do that. As Goku says, when I was fighting the Omni King or anyone, I was kind of like using my power, but not as much as I wanted to. So, as they're like surprised, and after let's say a year passes, like this is gonna go to when Champa was like, we go to where. We actually go to Champa where, let's say, they all have these forms. Goku actually got them, the primal forms. And they're actually kind of strong in these forms. And let's say a year passes, like, and this is where Champa comes. And when Champa comes, he kind of challenges them to a fight. And let's say Goku has been dating Vados. And let's say Goku's been dating Vados, yeah. You can say Goku's been dating Vados, and they actually have a son, Gohan. And Gohan is actually kind of strong, not born with the same potential as Goku, but at least a half of it. And he's like, at least half of it, and he's almost like half of it, and he's like, Goku's like, after Champa's like, when Champa Goku Beerus to a tournament. So because let's say Goku, I was talking about Gohan. Gohan is actually strong. Like he's born with Destroyer Key and God Key. So let's say right now he's at the power level of, you can say, like Gohan's base. Gohan's base is at the power level of, this is kind of hard now. Gohan's base is at the power level of a like 900 quadrillion, 996 quadrillion. And actually, since he's born with God Key, he doesn't have Super Saiyan, and his Super Saiyan God is his base. So his Super Saiyan Blue, he's like at 600 sextillion. His Super Saiyan Blue 2 like 700. Super Saiyan Blue 3 980, and his Super Saiyan Blue Evolution is like at 200 septillion, and his Super Saiyan Blue Evolution 2 is like at 400 septillion. Super Saiyan Blue Evolution 3 is like at 600. It's like at 600, and he actually has Ultra Instinct, and Ultra Instinct is like at 926 octillion, and his Destroyer form is like at 20 decillion. Let's say 200 decillion, and Whis is like at duodecillion, let's say Gohan is like 200 and decillion. Yeah, that's Ultra Instinct, Mastered Ultra Instinct 200 and decillion. Mastered Ultra Instinct is like at 600 decillion. 600 duodecillion. Yeah, it's like that. And you see, that's like that. And Goku is kind of like very strong. Gohan is kind of born with potential. And Champa challenges Beerus to a tournament, and Goku actually, and Beerus accepts it since he knows he has the like 4 strongest Saiyans that are all stronger than him, and they're just looking for one fighter, and they kind of say they ask, well, since let's say since there were four fighters even in like the normal Dragon Ball Super, so we can make it four fighters here. They actually come with four fighters, and they say that, and Gohan says, and like Goku says, why don't we leave this to my son? As they say, why, Kakarot? He's kind of actually the strongest of all of us here, except you, and you leaving it to him. As Gohan says, well, fine, if you want to fight Vegeta, you can take all of them. As Vegeta says, thank you. As that and that bear guy, I forgot his name, Begam, that's not Begam, it's like Begram or something like that. And like he's like and when Vegeta comes down, he just says, I'm gonna finish this in one blow. And that guy says, well, you can try, I'm indestructible. As Vegeta says, don't care. As he goes so fast and punches him with one blow, and he actually gets out. As Vegeta says, I told you I will. And Frost actually comes next, as with Vegeta having like his eyes are sharp now. You can see like Tien, more like Tien who, if you fought in the in the fight when they in the like how Jaco saw his needle, Tien with the third eye would have seen him. So you can say that Vegeta actually kind of also saw it, and he's like, and Goku's like, you can say he's watching Vegeta. And when Frost comes, Vegeta actually sees that needle when Frost was about to put it on him, and he actually activates Ultra Instinct for a second and dodges it. Let's say it actually activates Super Saiyan Blue, and he actually takes Frost's hand. And when Frost was about to put the needle, and he takes Frost's hand. And Vegeta just says, this man was cheating, he was using a needle, and Papa saying, what? He's a good man, how is that? And after some time, they just say, they don't care. Out. And there comes the robot, and Vegeta says, what do you want, you tin can? And says, why are you fighting here, tin can? As they're like, and that robot was like kind of sad, and it was like, how dare, and he's like choco whatever you are saying there. As saying Vegeta saw that, oh, you can hurt his feelings. So Vegeta saying he doesn't have time for that. Vegeta was kind of waiting to teach Kaba the Super Saiyan, seeing how another Saiyan can fight, and he was looking forward to fight Heat here. And here is kind of like, and Goku and Vegeta, and Vegeta just after he fights the end, he says, I don't have time for this. He powers up a garlic gun and takes him out. And then Kaba comes, as Vegeta says, yeah, well, Saiyan of Universe 6, can you turn to a Super Saiyan? As Kaba says, what is that? As Vegeta starts making fun of him and stuff until he turns to a Super Saiyan like he did. And after that, he says, you see, since he was enraged, you see, he kind of goes to Super Saiyan. He kind of goes to Super Saiyan. And Vegeta still in his base, like blocking every attack, and says, pathetic. And he just punches him so hard that he gets out. After that, Heat comes. And when Heat comes, Vegeta actually powers up to Super Saiyan Blue. You can say Super Saiyan God. And start attacking him. After that, he's like, and he tries to use his time skip, but Vegeta kind of like blocks until he does some improvements and stuff, but not even getting close to Vegeta. And Vegeta then kind of attacks hit with a punch that almost takes him out, and hit goes with his full power. And Vegeta powers up to full power. And Vegeta also powers up to his full, and he couldn't even use his time skip again, and he's like very, very weak. And after some time, Vegeta gets bored and just powers up a final flash, and he beats it. After that, he was like watching. After that, Champa got angry and he wanted to destroy his players, but Goku says he's not. As Champa says, don't get into this, mortal. As Beerus saying, Champa, don't get into that Saiyan's bedside. As Champa saying, why are you so afraid of this Saiyan? As Goku saying, this is why. As he just flicks him down, and while he does that, Gohan was with him. As Gohan just powers up a Hakai and says, you do not want to mess with my father or my friends. As he's actually surprised, as Vado saying, that's enough, Gohan. As he says, that's enough, Gohan. As everyone is surprised, saying, how do you know Gohan? As Goku says, because Gohan's mother is Vados. As they're like, when did you say, I'm friends with Daishinkin, So it's kind of like that. And you can say Zamasu is like, after this watch let's say Zeno comes and he asks for the tournament, and Goku asks for the tournament. And Zeno actually and Goku asked for the tournament from Zeno and stuff. And Goku asked for the tournament from Zeno. Zeno says okay. And they're gonna do it maybe in about a year later or 2 years. And Goku's like, and Zamasu watching this is kind of actually angry when he knows that Goku, he never saw Goku. He actually saw maybe thinking that Goku is he's not that strong, but he actually flicked a destroyer and he went down, and so he knows that Goku is strong, and also that the Gohan. And Goku's like, he knows that Zamasu is trying to do something. And Goku knows this, so he already wished for the no one can. He already wished from Zoloma, from no one for never switch bodies with him or anyone to start touch his family and friends. But even though he did that, when Zamasu activates Zoloma, and when Zoloma actually hears about wants to switch bodies with Goku, as Zoloma says, I can't do that. No, not even as they say, why? As Goku says, as Zoloma says, well, he's kind of too strong and even stronger than me. As they say, can you switch bodies with his friends or anyone? As they say, no, I can't. He made a wish not to switch with anyone else as that is close to him. And after that, the Zamasu gets angry since he can't do his mortal plan. And while he was about to Kai, Goku just in transmission next to him says, so you were trying to switch bodies with me? He says, pathetic, Kai. And he Hakais him. And he tells Gowasu, and Gowasu's like, I'm so sorry for what you did, and that. And let's say 1 year passes, as Gohan is old. Let's say Gohan now is kind of actually a teen. And it's like Goku actually after that he actually got some, let's say 2 more Saiyans. I feel like Alba and Zeldris, and he trained them to get Super Saiyan God and Blue and Super Saiyan Blue Evolution and Super Saiyan and other things like that. But they didn't get Ultra Instinct. As Goku's more let's say he trained them. Now, since I need 5 fighters, since I need 10 fighters in the tournament of power, they only just need 3. As Goku in that year also got also went to planet Earth, as he also went to planet Namek, and he wanted to train Piccolo and Kami, so they fused together. So now they have 8 fighters, and Piccolo actually got Ki, and they also got who's actually strong. Let's say Tien. Let's say Krillin, since now they have like Krillin, since they're 7, 8 by Piccolo and Kami 7, they're like 8 by Piccolo and Kami fused, since they have got Ki, and Krillin also has got Ki, and you can say Master Roshi. Master Roshi actually wished for youth, and he also trained for God Ki, and since he has some very, very, very skilled moves, so he trains with him, and also he gets God Ki, but not as powerful as the others. But the tournament starts, and Goku says, I'm not gonna be fighting. I just wanted a fight for you guys. As they say, sure. And they're like, and when the tournament starts, and he goes to the top of the place, and he goes to the top of the place, and he's like, he's like at the top of the place, and he starts meditating, meditating, and after some time he stops and watches the battles, and Gohan is actually next to him, and they say, well, as Goku says, well, tells the one telepathically, finish the fight and leave Jiren, and leave Jiren, as Vegeta says, with pleasure, as powers up to his Super Saiyan Blue evolution. And so there's Broly, and also Gohan joins, and the other Z fighters also join, and they take out everyone except Jiren. And Jiren was surprised when he sees everyone, even in his teammates, are gone. And he's like, what? When did this happen? And Goku actually joined in the thing, and Goku says, well, Jiren, I told them to take down everyone since I wanted you. As Goku's like, well, Jiren, I wanted to fight with you, and I'm gonna end this. Okay, and they start fighting, and Goku's blocking. This is just for fun with him. This is just for fun for Goku, just to test someone's strength. And while he's doing this, Jiren is actually uses his full power. And limit breaker. But nothing was working, so he just confused. After some time, Goku says, well, that is enough, Jiren. So he just takes him out.